What's going on, y'all? Tech Me Out here, and I am currently in New York. I am fresh out of the Google Pixel event. I'm fresh out of the Google event, y'all. And yeah, quite a few things were unveiled today. We're gonna touch on the surface of those, but more specifically, we're gonna be focusing on this Pixel 4 XL, as well as a Pixel 4, what you can expect, what's different, and also my first impressions and my hands-on experience. Now, I know some of you might be like, Tech Me Out, where are you at? With this studio behind you. I am at the YouTube space recording this video, so yeah, I personally like it. Hopefully you do too, but let's get on to what y'all really clicked on this video for. So we got a selection of a few new products from Google today, ranging from the Pixel Buds onto the Pixelbook Go, the Nest Mini, the Google Pixel 4, and the Google Pixel 4 XL. Taking a look at that Google Pixel 4. So a new feature you'll find up there is known as Motion Sense. So this is going to permit different things like the option to walk up to your phone and it wakes it up, or you walk away from your phone and it can actually go ahead and dim itself because it knows you're no longer near it. Or in those scenarios where you receive a notification, or more specifically like a phone call, you can actually take your hand over the phone, wave it, and it will silence it. So it's almost like you're saying, get out of here, just dismiss it, you know? Or those moments when you're cooking and you're using your phone as a timer, instead of actually having to touch it to stop the timer, you can just take your hand, wave it over, and then it'll silence it. And that's nice because oftentimes in scenarios like that where you're cooking, your hands are messy, you don't want to interact with your phone. I tested it a little bit at the hands-on demo. You do have to kind of wipe your hand over, like very much of a dismissive action, because I was just going like this and it was not working. But when I started doing like a harder swipe, it worked. So I feel like it might be something that you have to get used to doing. But all in all, I can picture a few scenarios in which it might start to be beneficial. Moving on to the next update with this phone, you have a faster face unlock. And I did get a chance to play with this and it was fairly fast. And some may even go as far as to say it's too fast, especially if you want a moment to like preview your notifications. It's nice to be able to turn on an option where you can like swipe up to unlock after it registers your face. So I'm gonna dive into the settings a little bit and see if that is something in which you can do, which I think will help those that feel like it unlocks a little bit too fast. And Google also stated that when it comes to the swiping gesture, it actually can differentiate between something going over the phone like a cup versus a hand swiping in front of it. There's also a new Google Assistant interface, which I like. I think it looks very clean. Moving on to the next thing, we have a new app known as Recorder. So this is gonna function very much like a voice memo app, but instead of just recording your voice, it's also gonna transcribe what you're saying into text. So this is gonna be super clutch for all of my students out there, for my business people in meetings, or just any time where you want the opportunity to not only record what's being said, but also transcribe it into words. So in essence, you can use it for your notes or just record keeping, period. Now I'm playing with this feature. I gotta say, it transcribed everything that I was saying very well. So you have the option to either just record the audio or record the audio and transcribe it. And then the cool thing is, after it transcribes it, you can go into your recordings app and search for words in which you said. You can just type in the word that you said and it will find it for you within the voice recording, and also allow you to see where it is within the transcript and also allow you to see where it is within the transcript. And to all of my Pixel peekers, not the phone, but like the actual display, to all of my Pixel peekers out there, you'll be happy to know there's an OLED display on this on top of a 90 Hertz refresh rate. So that's a feature that I'm noticing that a lot of consumers were enjoying on other phones. So yeah, if you're interested in the Pixel, you can enjoy it up there as well. And I'm happy to say it's running Qualcomm Snapdragon 855. So that, coupled with that 90 Hertz refresh rate and everything else on this phone, is just gonna be super smooth. So you should be good to go there. Now I do want to note, with the 90 Hertz refresh rate, it isn't on for everything. It's going to automatically turn on and off as needed per the action or application that's being done. And for eligible customers out there, you'll also be able to enjoy 3 months of cloud storage for free. And of course, we got to address these colors that you probably have been seeing throughout this entire video. So we got orange, black, and white. I'm sure they have more technical names, which I will annotate in the video, but ultimately that's what it is. So hands-on, how do these look? The white and the orange are more of a matte finish, and the black is very much more of a glossy finish. The white truly looks white, like Snow White, and the black truly looks black and not like, you know, washed out kind of grayish black. It's true black. But that orange to me looks more coral in person. I just imagined it being more like a pumpkin orange, but it's more of like a coral neon orange. But the good thing here is that all of the colors look great, so you can't go wrong with whichever one you choose. I, though, personally like the white variant and the orange orange variant more. The orange simply because it's different. I haven't really seen many devices with that colorway. And then the white variant because you get the best of all the colors on one device. You get the orange button, you get the black sides, and you get the white back. So that power button is a different color on each device. So on the white variant, it's orange, and it's more of the orange that is the orange phone. And then on the orange phone, the power button is more like a soft pink, I guess you could say. And then on the black phone, the power button is white. But on all of these devices, the sides are this kind of like matte black finish, which feels really good in hands. So the device doesn't feel slippery at all. So you can kind of get more of a secure, comfortable grip on it. But yeah, you still might find yourself using the case. And they do have some nice case options if you do. But let's double back a little bit and talk about those buttons. So along the side of the phone, you're gonna find your power button and your volume buttons on the right. And then along the bottom, you're gonna find your USB-C port, 2 speakers, and then along the left-hand side, you're gonna find your SIM card tray. And in terms of speaker output, from what I've heard thus far, it sounds good. It gets very loud and it doesn't sound distorted or tinny. Now, and moving on to the camera, looking at the back of the phone, you have 2 lenses. It looks like you could have more, but you have 2. So one is a telephoto lens and the other is just like a standard lens. You do have super res zoom, which is gonna allow you to get in ridiculously far. You also have something new known as Live HDR Plus, and that's gonna provide you a balanced shot so things like a window in a dark room won't be blown out. You also have dual exposure controls, which is gonna be like separate sliders for your brightness and your shadows, so you can adjust those things independently when composing your shot. You'll also notice that the white balance has been improved, so color accuracy is gonna be that much better. And portrait mode has been updated as well so that it can grab non-human subjects and also allow you to move back further from your subject and be able to distinguish hair and fur better so that it doesn't accidentally blur that out along with your background. The night mode is also improved. And camera-wise, you can record 4K at 30 frames per second on the rear camera and 1080p at 30 frames per second on the front. Now, for those concerned about battery life, on the Pixel 4, you can expect a 2800 milliamp battery, and on the Pixel 4 XL, a 3700 milliamp battery. So, prices and order date. You can actually order these phones starting today. You can get the Google Pixel 4 for $799 and the Pixel 4 XL for $899. I just gotta give my props and respect to Google on their very unique unboxing experience, y'all. Like, it was so cool and it was so different. First, we gotta look at the photo, y'all. They nailed it with the red hair. Then, right here, we have, let's see, some accessories. So we got a little note, a case, and some other items in here that we'll take a closer look at another time. And then here, we got Google Pixel 4, and then we can lift this, and voila, the phone. The creativity. It's a really nice phone. I like the new colors. I like the new features, and I'm really looking forward to getting some more hands-on time with the device. But yeah, definitely expect a follow-up video where I go more in depth with the phone, because this was just to kind of introduce you to some of the things that you can expect and that I will be testing. But feel free to drop some comments down below of some things that you have questions about or that you want me to check out and show, so that way I can be sure to include it in that video. And yeah, for further updates or to find out more about when that video is gonna drop, follow me on Instagram and or Twitter at TechMeOut, TechMe0UT. And as always, thanks for taking the time out to let me tech you out.